Hey, what's up guys? How are you guys doing today? It's Eli5 back at you guys with another video. But before we start today's video, I just have a quick question to ask you guys. What do you guys think about the NBA potentially starting back up in June? Adam Silver says that there will be a possibility that the NBA schedule will be changed forever. Me personally, I don't mind it, but other NBA fans may have a different opinion to that. But other than that, let us start today's video. And man, oh man, a lot has happened since the last time I've posted a video. As you guys may know, the sickness that is going around the whole world has affected many things. It has closed down many stores, basically every single school, every single gym, and so on. This sickness is spreading just like a wildfire, and it really has to be situated as soon as possible. As I've said in my last video, I can't say exactly what the sickness is because there is a chance that I can get in trouble by YouTube if I say what the sickness is. I know it's stupid, but the rules are the rules. Anyways, a few days ago, 4 players on the Brooklyn Nets have tested positive for having this sickness, and one of those players had to be NBA superstar, future Hall of Famer Kevin Durant. When I heard that he tested positive for having the sickness, I was really shocked. Kevin Durant is out for the year due to an injury from last year's NBA Finals, and him being out logically should reduce his chances of getting the sickness because he isn't playing and he is more isolated from other people rather than playing and being in contact with other players the whole time. But what's crazier is that it seems to me that Kevin Durant didn't even know he had the sickness either, as he reported to Shams that he is feeling fine. He then said, "Everyone be careful. Take care of yourself and quarantine. We are going to get through this." To my understanding, it is still unknown as to who the 3 other Nets players that caught the sickness are. It was announced that Kevin Durant was one of the 4 Nets players that got the sickness, but it is still remain unknown as to who the 3 other players are. Many people think it's Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Taurean Prince, and more, but you really can't determine who it is. Obviously, since these players are unknown, there will be many conspiracy theories or predictions as to who the other 3 players are. But honestly, the media would just try to say anything just to get acknowledged. What makes this whole situation worse is the fact that the Brooklyn Nets played the Lakers last before the NBA got suspended, and that could have caused 2 players on the Los Angeles Lakers to be infected with this sickness as well. It was also announced that 2 players on the Los Angeles Lakers have this sickness as well, but it is still unknown as to who these players are. This is very shocking because I guarantee you if LeBron James or Anthony Davis were the 2 players that gotten infected with this sickness, then the whole NBA fan base would go crazy. It was also recently stated that the Boston Celtics, the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder also got tested to see if they had the sickness as well. The OKC Thunder and the Raptors both tested negative, but you can't say the same about the Boston Celtics. To be honest, I had a feeling that the Celtics would have a player with the sickness because they just played the Utah Jazz within the same week that Gobert and Mitchell tested positive for having the sickness. The Jazz played a full game against the Boston Celtics, so that led me and a lot of other NBA fans to assume that a couple players on the Celtics would have this sickness as well, and they ended up with 1 player having it at the end of the day. This player is none other than Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart tweeted a post saying that he had been tested 5 days ago and his results came back positive. I wish Marcus Smart the best of luck and a speedy recovery. He also made a video in regards to him discussing the situation. If you want to watch the video, it is on the Celtics page on Instagram, as I do not have access to this video, so I can't directly show you guys. I also had a feeling that the OKC Thunder would have either 1 or 2 players with the sickness because the Utah Jazz was within their stadium when Gobert tested positive for the sickness and Donovan Mitchell was infected with the sickness as well, but I was wrong. Considering the fact that the sickness is an airborne disease, I would have thought Chris Paul would have gotten the sickness going up to the Utah Jazz bench, but he got lucky. The Denver Nuggets were also tested to see if they had the sickness, and the results came out to having 1 member of the Denver Nuggets organization testing positive for having this sickness. The person who was tested after experiencing symptoms consistent with the sickness is currently under great care by the team's medical staff and is currently in self-isolation. But it only gets crazier from this point on. On this same day, it was announced that players on the Philadelphia 76ers were also tested for this sickness, and 3 of the Sixers players tested positive for having this sickness. They are also under great care and they should recover from this sickness in a reasonable amount of time. It hasn't been said as of yet who the 3 players on the Sixers that tested positive are, but I'm sure they will release who it is pretty soon. But it's just mind-boggling to me because this sickness is really causing a lot of things to be blown out of proportion. There is a chance that a couple players on most teams in the league could have this sickness, and if this keeps up, there will probably be a chance for the NBA having to push back the time that the league will resume, but that is a story for another time. It has been announced that the NBA format will most likely have to change as well in regards to the different times throughout the year that the NBA will start and when it will end. This means that the NBA will have to be pushed back from starting in October to probably starting in December. Just a few days ago, Bobby Marks did post a tweet showing what the NBA will be like if everything had to be pushed back. In mid-June will be the start of the NBA playoffs. Early August will be the NBA finals. The end of August will be the NBA draft. September 1st will be the start of free agency. September 10th will be summer league or now fall league. December 10th will be when training camp opens, and then December 25th on Christmas Day will be the start of the NBA season. This will mean that the NBA season will have to end on mid-June. Me personally, I don't know how I feel about this. I am used to the NBA ending in June and starting back up in October. I mean, at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter too much, but it would still have to be something for me to get used to. And another thing is that this means that the NBA would have to compete with the NFL a bit more. Around Christmas time is the time that the NFL would start its playoffs, and now the NBA season will have to start around that time as well. It is really going to be something that I would look forward to witness the competition between the 2 leagues in my opinion, but who knows what will happen, only time will tell. If they went with that idea to change the NBA format, I really don't know if they would keep that format forever, which they're most likely going to have to do, because if they don't, then it is going to mess a lot of things up. If they would try to set the NBA schedule back to the way it was for it to start in October, that will result in a shorter offseason, basically no summer league, no time for free agency, etc. for this year, that on the off chance they decide to try to do that. But I highly doubt that they would try something like that. But other than that, that will end today's video. This sickness is really throwing a lot of things off, making leagues postpone their seasons, events being cancelled, having schools transition to online, etc. But I hope you guys learned something from this video. Make sure you guys leave a like to this video and subscribe to this channel. I will greatly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.